Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you what a mogul stance is and why you want to use it. Now, this video is sponsored by playercourt.com. If you want to play more tennis and you want to find some friendly practice with people in your local area, maybe some competitive leagues and matches, or even if you're looking for a new coach, use my link in the description for 50% off, playercourt.com/2minutetennis. All right, let's watch this point in its entirety, and then we'll diagram it. What a great point. Super fun to watch this. All right. So first, let's look at the returner. Look where he's standing and look at the pre-movement that he has. Look at this. He's in the red, but then when he's hitting the ball, he's in the green. So you want to have pre-movement and you want your split step to coincide with when your opponent is hitting the ball. So you can see his opponent is hitting the ball right now. And look, he's in the air. That's the proper timing on a split step. You want to be in the air as your opponent hits so that you're landing after they hit. That is the proper timing. So film yourself and make sure that you're doing that on all of your split steps when your opponent hits the ball. Ball comes right at his body. He moves and shifts out of the way. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to shift your body. You want to move to your left. If you're hitting on your right side, you move to your left, but you turn your body to the right. Doesn't matter if you're a lefty or righty, forehand, backhand, it's the same thing. So this is a great way to get out of the way of a ball that's coming right at the body. I really like this view. Since he went into the court, he's recovering, but then you're going to see him move back. Since he hit the return down the middle, which I'm a fan of, but he hit it a little short. So we can see where this ball's landing. So this ball's pretty short. And so what the returner's going to do is he's going to back up, and that's going to give him more time to run down this ball. Since the ball's in the middle, there probably won't be a huge angle that is created here. So watch the returner move back. There's his split step, and now he moves over to his backhand. Now, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the mogul stance. A mogul stance is an open stance, which is what he's in right now. It's an open stance. An open stance is when your left foot is on the left and your right foot is on the right, which he's in right now. And then you keep that foot position throughout the stroke. So watch. Notice he kept his left foot on the left and right foot on the right. So this is a mogul stance. It is an open stance, and an open stance simply means if you're running to your left, the last step you take prior to hitting the ball is your left foot. And we can see that. He's planting his left foot down as the last foot he takes, the last step he takes prior to contact. Then he hits, and then he does this little hop. This makes it faster. One of the reasons, it makes you faster getting back to the center of the court. If you use a closed stance, and I'm going to show you this in front of the camera, you have to swing your back leg around, which takes time. So this is actually a faster way. When you're running really hard off to the side, it's a faster way to recover. Now, let's look at this. A lot of players think that the outside leg, the leg farthest from where you want to go, is the leg that you really push off with. But notice his left leg is pretty much straight. So he lands, and that leg is simply bracing him. His left leg is basically straight. But look at his right leg. That's the leg. And then his ankle. He's got all these angles, right? These angles are what you want to be able to press. It's actually this foot that he does the pressing with, because that's under his center of gravity. So that's the foot that he actually is pressing off of, and we can see that. He's pressing off with his right foot. So mogul stance, and then he starts to lean, and he's not going to step with this foot this way. He's actually going to keep his right foot under him, and he's going to press. You can see it actually scoots under him a little bit. Let's look at that little detail. Watch this. Watch his right foot go under him slightly, right there. That little move. He's actually moving it under him so that it's truly under his center of gravity. Then he can push off faster back to the center. And he does that with then a crossover step. So here he comes back to the center again. And there's his split step right there. And he's basically assuming that the ball is going to go back cross court. Now, it's correct for him to be here because he's actually bisecting the down the line and cross court shot. So you want to stand in the middle of where your opponent can hit the ball. And since he hit a short ball here, whoops, didn't mean to start that. But since he hit a short ball here, you can see the opponent stepping in. And his opponent now hits cross court again. And now the returner has to run even faster, really hard off to his left. Now he's running to the left, and which step is last? His left foot. And again, here's that mogul. And it's called a mogul. It's almost like the skiers, how they're hopping back and forth with their feet. But watch his feet go back and forth like this. It's kind of like he's skiing like this, right? So he steps last with his left foot. He then hops. And he then keeps this foot under him, and then he presses. Now, I also want you to notice something. When he does this, this mogul, I want you to watch his head and how level his head stays. He actually sinks down. He is not jumping. You don't want to jump when you do a mogul. You are keeping your head very level, and you just hop with your feet from an open stance and you keep them open. Then you can just press with this foot and then you cross with the front foot. A lot of players, they try to use a closed stance in this situation. When you are running really hard, it is not in your best interest to use a closed stance. You'll kind of fall over as you're hitting the ball. And it is a much slower way to hit the ball with your body's rotation and to recover. All right, let's watch this point one more time, and then I'll show you in front of the camera. Now to help me demonstrate this, I've got the Topspin Pro. You know what to do. Grab my affiliate link in the description below and I'll pin it in the first comment. It would mean the world to me if you got a Topspin Pro using my affiliate link, so thank you so much. All right, here's how you practice this. I'm gonna move this forward a little bit so that I don't get out of the screen. So simple, I'm moving to my right, so the last step I'm gonna take is gonna be my right foot because the direction you're moving, that's the last step that you take. So I'm moving to my right, so the last step I take is with my right foot. And then as I hit the ball, I'm gonna make this hop. And I'm just going to, and the reason I'm hopping is because my body's moving, right? So I didn't explain that when I was showing you, but on the screen with the players. But when you're moving to the side, you can't just stop on a dime. There's time to slow down. And so when you get into this open stance to hit the ball, as you hit the ball, your upper body's going to want to keep going. So you have to move your lower body with your upper body as a way to slow it down. And you're actually moving your feet where your head's in front of you. Now you move your feet in front of you. So now you're ready to then go back. So it looks like this. You're already set. You can see my body weight. I'm ready to go this way. What a lot of players do is they try to use a closed stance. They use a closed stance, which has got a little clunkier and a little slower just in the ability to rotate the hips. But then after they hit, they take a full step like this, then a step like this, and then they can cross. So a closed stance is so much slower in this situation. I'll do the backhands now, which is exactly what we saw from that player. So I'm moving to my left. So I'm moving, the last step is going to be with my left foot. And then as I hit, I'm going to try to keep my head very level, just like on the forehand. And now I can recover. So it's not actually easy to do this slowly. This is actually done very easily, fast. It's not easy to do this in socks. If you're a parent, get a Topspin Pro for your child so they can be practicing when they're at home and get an advantage over their opponents. I like to keep the ball moving, so I go at a pace where the ball doesn't stop. Work on the mogul stance. If you're taking lessons right now, ask your coach, hey, can we work on the mogul stance? And have them feed balls to the side. The last step you take is with your outside leg. That leg, if you're moving to your left, last step is with your left foot. If you're moving to your right, last step is with your right foot.
And it doesn't matter if you're lefty or righty, if it's a backhand or forehand, it doesn't matter. Use and work on your mogul stance, and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.